Welcome to the new Makpar Cybersecurity Forum video podcast series, which is designed to provide federal agency leaders with all of the strategic tools and insights that they need to develop the strongest possible cybersecurity postures today and well into the future. And in honor of Cybersecurity Awareness Month, we are kicking off this series with Kavan Veerasinghe, who is the Director of Program Delivery at Makpar. And specifically, Kavan is going to discuss his recent Makpar blog post titled The 5 Whys for Stronger Cybersecurity Governance at Federal Agencies, as well as provide some CIO-level cyber policy insights. And Kavan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Matt. My pleasure.
Excellent. So let's just start at the top. Great blog post you wrote about the 5 whys. Why did you write the blog, and why is this topic so important today?
Yes. So, having read through a lot of great articles, being at several meetings, I wrote the 5 whys to focus and assist leadership, CIOs, both in government agencies and the private sector, those who are responsible for the national infrastructure, water, power, that kind of thing. We understand at Makpar that having worked with the federal agency, that there's a lot on their shoulders. So most of the articles focus on how to solve these cybersecurity challenges. So therefore, we looked at the causal factors, why, and specifically looking at ways to assist the leadership in these organizations, CIOs. For example, we want to write something that could be very brief, where it basically synthesizes a lot of these areas that governance level and leadership level have to consider in forging a very secure defense going forward. And that's the reason I wrote this article.
That's excellent. Thanks for those insights there, Kavan. And let's switch over and talk about challenges. Certainly, it's a challenging time out there in the cyber arena. And what are the challenges for CIOs at the policy level these days?
Right. It all comes down to priorities. So, CIO, it's a very challenging role. So many things that are coming in. There's a lot of things in the news. The White House is getting involved, quite rightly as well. So, there's a lot of pressure on them. So, again, comes down to priorities and investing. And when they have to invest and figure out where the dollars that they get go into, they have to figure out priorities. What are the long-term investments they can make now in order to get the right mix to forge the right kind of defense? So there is a lot of areas that they could cover. You are talking about the people aspect of it, you talk about the technical aspect of it. So the reason, again, the priority is, I believe, is to focus on the governance and the policy level, so that basis, that foundation is built correctly for the foreseeable future.
That's great. And you know what? For our last question, you mentioned something earlier, which we'll jump onto, which is all about the people. And there's certainly a shortage of cyber professionals right now. And can you tell us about how this issue could be mitigated by leadership, and what are opportunities are out there for CIOs?
Yes. So national critical infrastructure side, there are so many areas, so many systems, so many networks that needs to be secure. It can't be just one side and not the other. This is an industry-wide challenge. It's hard to find the talent. We call it the right people in the right seats. So, for example, we need to have programs where it goes down to even the high school level, and also focusing on getting women into the cybersecurity sector. There are apparently 500,000 jobs open. They are challenged. So why not get the diversity into that arena, get more women in there, more minorities. Also, if you look at it, there is opportunity to rethink this whole talent pool. So that's where we believe at Makpar, for example, we have a whole pool of talent on the cybersecurity angle, and they're not just people who know cybersecurity from a argument or information perspective, but these are experienced people. So you need to get people who have been in these systems, understand the entire ecosystem from the policy level all the way to the procedures and guidelines. And that's the way to go about solving this problem: diversity and getting the right experienced people into your systems to have a proper defense, again, especially when it comes to national critical infrastructure.
Perfect. What a great way to end this first episode of the Makpar Cybersecurity Forum video podcast series, which was designed to provide federal agencies with all the strategic tools and insights that they need to develop the strongest possible cyber postures today and well into the future. And as you heard for this episode, we spoke with Kavan Veerasinghe, who is the Director of Program Delivery at Makpar. And Kavan was kind enough to break down his recent Makpar blog post, which is titled The 5 Whys for Stronger Cybersecurity Governance at Federal Agencies. And he also provided some very great CIO-level cyber policy insights. And Kavan, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Matt.